possibly the weirdest and most obscure tower in BTD6, and I'll be honest with you, you can probably relate to this tower quite a bit, is the total transformation. It makes almost no sense what's going on with this guy. But there's a few things that we do need to talk about. When we use his ability, the closest 5 towers in his range that are less than 3rd tier are going to transform. It also has to be a monkey. So you might be thinking things like a Taxure and a Cannon obviously aren't monkeys, and that's fair enough and understandable, but there's also a lot of weird monkeys like any of these that aren't truly monkeys according to Total Transformation. So we have to work with all of that nonsense here and try to figure out how we're going to use this guy in a fun and interesting way. One other kind of important thing to note is that Total Transformation should be able to see through walls, but it cannot see through walls. It still annoys me to this day, and I think Ninja Kiwi should fix that. But, yeah, it is what it is. So for the first time in a long time, we're not playing Chimps mode. We're instead playing Impoppable! Woo! Something different. Chris, you're so special to us. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. We are going to be doing something somewhat unique, so I wanted to make sure I had enough money to actually make this all happen. But still wanted to play something that's going to be somewhat difficult and still requiring me to get 100 rounds worth of gameplay in here. So that means we are going to be farming a little bit today to make some extra cash flow to make things happen, but playing Impoppable is still not easy to do. It still takes quite a bit of skill and experience and other stuff to actually make this happen. So yeah, let's work on it. So our Sada Alchemist combo has started us off pretty gosh darn well, led us to get 2 farms flowing in here early game, and that is also going to allow us to flow that into some delicious money-making opportunities for round 28, because we're going to go lead to gold. And whenever I get lead to gold, I just like to buy larger potions, just feels right, and then I'm going to leave them on last here. I could also put them on strong, but I just like shooting to the back balloon pretty much no matter what here. It just makes me feel better about myself. And that means for round 28 and for round 30, we make a lot of extra cash that we can flow back into our banana farms for even future. Well, that made no sense. For even more money in the future. Alright, let's do this, man. I'm getting pumped. So the first Moab, obviously mildly tricky, but we're able to afford an Operation Dartstorm almost down to the dollar here, and then Sada can just go whoop and basically clean it all up. So, I gotta say, things are actually going pretty good right now. I'm kind of excited for the future. So you might be wondering at this point why I kind of showed off Total Transformation right at the very beginning of the game, and then this entire time I have shown off nothing having to do with Total Transformation. I've only built 1 Alchemist, and it's not even the right path to deal with Total Transformation at all. So what the heck is going on? Well, I'll be honest with you guys. Sometimes I feel like I play Chimps mode because I am too greedy for my own good, and I am a farmer at heart, and I want to make money, and I'm greedy, and I just feel like having enough money is never enough. But I think we're finally at the point where we can kind of switch that up a little bit and hopefully make some fun happen. So, let's make it happen. But there are some reasonings behind why I haven't made it happen yet, which I just kind of like have in the back of my brain, but sometimes I forget that you guys don't know everything that's going on in my brain. This Alchemist is really goofy. Stronger Acid, okay, whatever, helps out some other crap a little bit. Perishing Potions helps out stuff a little bit, specifically its Moab class and Fortified stuff. Cool, cool. And then it's Unstable Concoction. This is actually a really bad upgrade for anything early game. The first time you can ever do anything is around 40, and then the next time you can do anything is around 50. So if you get this guy before around 40 or 50, it makes 0 sense, basically. But even when you get it on around 40 or 50, it doesn't really help very much. It's like just a big waste of $3,600. You can find so many other things that are more effective. But then, Transforming Tonic, $5,400. But because this guy is $5,400, it's like, well, he's already expensive. On top of having to spend this money, it's like 10k plus to just get somebody who has an ability that I can probably get the same damage out of a Maelstrom with. Sometimes it doesn't make perfect sense. But in other situations, it can be not too shabby. And that's what we're hoping to show off today. The not too shabbiness of Total Transformation. And not only Total Transformation, but a full-on... whoa, what did I say? What did I say? Whoa, don't want to mess this up. Transforming Tonic into, eventually, a Total Transformation. Ooh. Oh man, this is getting spicy here. But I still feel like I can't survive just yet, so I'm going to get a Pirate Lord. I think I'm going to go all the way up to a Pirate Lord before I make this happen, dude. I just feel like he's the right tower for me. He's going to be good cleanup for me. Absolutely. But you shouldn't forget that Transforming Tonic does actually still do a decent amount of popping power. Oh no, Camo Leads. Come on, Monkey Pirates, do your job. Or I guess I could just go like this, but that's cool too. But check this out. I could insta-kill this guy. I want to point that out, so don't think that I'm just an idiot here. But check out Total Transformation. Look at this damage on a BFB. I mean, this is not nothing. Of course, we're having a little bit of help from everybody else, but like a BFB, that went down pretty reasonably easily. I mean, like, that was not a bad thing to deal with here. And believe it or not, we're actually pretty decently close to a Total Transformation, only $54,000 away. And we already have about half saved up. All right, let's wait it out. No. We gotta go Pirate Lord, dude. We gotta go Pirate Lord. I need it. Round 63 is coming up, bro. I don't think I can handle round 63 without a Pirate Lord, so... without buying some other random things like boomerangs or glue or something, I don't really want to deal with that nonsense. I just know this guy's good. I know he's going to keep me in the game, and I'm going to build him. Ooh, Pirate Lord. Woo! Bloons, man. So I'm going to elk him, too. Let's elk in between both these guys. I'm going to go for the full-on stronger stim here. Yeah, look at this, round 63. Whew! That just seems scarier than I want it to be, even with the Pirate Lord on the screen. Strongest stim, perishing potions. Now I feel comfy. To be honest, I'm kind of a total noob, and I forgot that Pirate Lord gives extra cash for using his ability, so I have not been using it at all against any of these Moabs so far. Oh, I kind of forget, because again, when you play Chips mode so much, you just forget stupid, silly things that are just like part of the normal game. But I digress. We are moving on to Total Transformation. So this is a $54,000 tower. Something you can compare this to, in my opinion, are something like an Inferno Ring, $54,000, or maybe something like a Moab Dom, a little more expensive, but 60K is not that ridiculous. Those two towers are towers that completely change the game in your favor. You're almost automatically going to win the game if you have those towers. Total Transformation, on the other hand, this is something that, like, those affect things all the way through round 80 and 90 and stuff. And look at this Total Transformation. Round 77. This is awful. Why does this thing exist? Well, the question is, can we make him better? Well, this is interesting. So his ability does actually last a pretty reasonable amount of time here. It's going to last about 60-ish% of his total cooldown here. So he's only really got 40% of the time that he's not totally transforming things. I guess that's cool. Okay, fair enough. But what else can we do to actually make this good? At this point of the video, I'd like to take a quick break and talk about this guy and his transformations, because I think if we actually understand his transformationing process a little bit, we can understand how to be a little bit better. So I bought 5 random monkeys that all do kind of random amounts of damage here, and then I'm going to use this ability, and as soon as their ability wears off, whether or not they pop the balloons or not, I'm going to delete any of the balloons that are left over. So, they do pop it. Okay, they pop it and all of its insides. But I want you guys to see, what does our pop count look like? Alright, we've got 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. They're all about 2,800, within like 100 or so of each other. Even the Super Monkey and the Boomerang, like, it just doesn't really seem to matter. So, it does not matter when you transform what kind of monkeys you get. At all. So the next thing I want to test out really quickly is I overclocked this glue gunner to 10 times overclocked, and then we're going to use our abilities here. We're going to see, does the glue gunner actually get almost double the amount of pops of other guys? 6,000? Oh, it does! So we can buff things that still get transformed. That's pretty cool. So we found that overclock works pretty well. We decided to perma-brew just one of these monkeys. This is a reset pop count, and you already noticed that you can buff them with Alchemist as well. That helps us out. But there's one other really cool trick we got to talk about. So the last thing I want to talk about with Total Transformation is the fact that if we get something that has this kind of own individual buffs, for example, Druids or Shinobi Ninjas, then we can make some changes. So this Dart Monkey and these 4 Druids are all going to be transformed, and what I did was I decided to get a bunch of random Avatar or Pop Lusts that will buff these guys a little bit, and we're going to see how that affects the pop count, and if it affects it significantly. So we're going to go for our Total Transformation, and we popped that pretty quick! That was pretty sweet! 3,000s, 882, and then only 1,336. So you can see clearly, these guys are like 3 times as powerful. Nearly. As a regular guy. That's actually pretty interesting. So I did a couple things. I've got this Druid 10 times overclocked with a perma-brew. Nobody else has any alchemy whatsoever going on with them. And then I do have this guy as 5 times boosted, just like everybody else except for this guy, which is 4 times, and then a Dart Monkey. But now we're fighting a bad balloon. We just want to see, how do the pop counts look after one of these guys, dude? Ooh, yeah, they can't see camos out there, which is kind of... Ooh, I guess they can see camos after a cleansing film. All right, so we've got 1337 on this guy. Dart Monkey just a little bit higher. 4,000, 4,000, 4,000, and 41,000. These buffs matter a lot, and they can make a big difference in popping power. Holy crap! Hopefully you guys found that segue somewhat interesting. It just basically shows that Total Transformation, to be used well, you really need to kind of like buff it and use it in weird ways that like don't normally get used all that often, but he's not actually truly worthless. He's just more difficult to use than anything else. And I don't know, that makes me not want to use somebody if they're really, really difficult to use and they have to be used in a very specific way to actually make them like reasonable in the game. So instead of going for the best strategy for this guy, we're going to be going for the worst strategy. All right? Now, what is the worst total transformation strategy that you can think of? Well, I would personally say something along the lines of something that costs a lot of money, but when you transform it, it doesn't necessarily give it a lot of pops. So I've decided that I think the best thing for us is I still need to get some money in here, so we're going to go for a double village entendre here with two of these guys. We're going to go for a quick super monkey down here, and we're going to go for a heli pilot, all to make this possible. We're going to buy a quick support Chinook to make sure we can move things around. We're still going to insta-kill some Zomagata action, and then, now that we're into free play, we've got to do some stuff. So we've got a super cheap super monkey over here, and what we're going to do with that guy is we're going to go for a quick Sun Avatar. Now we can go for a Sun Avatar, and we can buy 2 upgrades in addition to this guy, and we're questioning, well, what's going to be better for us? Well, I think super range and epic range would normally be the best thing for a super monkey, but sadly, now we're going to move him in range of our total transformation. Now, the reason why this is sort of goofy is because when you get a total transformation, basically any and all things that you've got going on with your monkey get deleted. All of its pierce, popping power, damage, everything doesn't really kind of carry on with it. It keeps the buffs, like the Perma-Brew, like the Overclock, and like the Druid and or Shinobi Ninja buffs, but it does not keep any of the regular tower buffs that it has, like the Sun Avatar. So even though we're popping around 82 pretty well with the Sun Avatar, when we switch over to this guy, we actually do worse. Uh-oh. That's not very fun. Why are we doing this, Chris? For fun. For fun. We're going to create the worst ever total transformation combo in the history of the world. So here's our second Sun Avatar that we're going to pop on over here. Oh, wait. We got to buy the range first. Let's buy the extra range. You should notice when we have the range here, when we buy this ability, the range actually goes down. That's so sad. It actually goes down. Our popping power goes down. Our range goes down. It's just awful to watch. So let's move another one over here. What the heck was that? Why is... Oh, he's transformed too! Oh, okay. Well, let's move him back. It doesn't really have a range limitation per se. By perchance. All right, here we go. We've got another one of these puppies flowing over here. We got 2 Sun Avatars! But to make things just that much more interesting and sad for us, I'm going to put a Sentry Bot over here just so I don't, you know, use the advantages that I have here. And we're going to activate the Total Transformation. So every single time that Total Transformation exists, it must use its ability to try to beat these Bloons here. And we're not just going to do this twice. We're going to go for 5 more Sun Avatars. Oh my god, why are we doing this to ourselves? Why are we doing this to ourselves, guys? This is just straight up ridiculous. Alright, well, money is still pretty scarce. I mean, I've got a lot of money saved up in my banana farms, or at least a reasonable amount of money saved up in my banana farms, but I don't have just money to throw around. This is rough, man. This is rough. Luckily, we still got a Pirate Lord to help kill quite a few of these Bloons over here. He's alchemized, too, which helps out. And then what I'm going to do is, you know what? I'm going to use every little bit of advantage that I have here. I'm going to use this guy over here. If we need to shoot ceramics backwards, we still can help out a little bit. All right, let's get another one of these puppies over here. Is he upgraded? Oh, I can't upgrade him while he's done! Oh! Can't upgrade while he's got the ability flowing. But you can see what he is. He's a plasma monkey. All right, he's back. Sun Avatar. We're going to buy the extra range, and then we're going to move into place. There we go. 3 Sun Avatars, all surrounded by our total transformation. All right, I think I'm going to do something funny, though. I'm gonna, at the very least, I'm going to buff him a little bit. All right, I want to get my Jungle Drums flowing, and I want to get my radar scanner going, so I at least have cam detection for DDTs and stuff like that, right? I think that's fair to use that at this point in the game. But I need to go bigger. I need to go deeper. We need to go for another Sun Avatar as soon as we possibly can. Here we go. DDTs? Uh-oh. That ability's about to pop, though, bro. Ooh, we gonna be strong enough here? I don't know. Oh, no, right when the DDTs come out. And for some reason, that guy did not have cam detection. I guess he's not in range of the village for some reason. So we're gonna do something funky. We're just gonna go, whoop. Give him cam detection. Delicious. Advantageous to us. And we are still alive. The worst total transformation strategy that we could possibly use, and we are still surviving. That is actually pretty interesting. All right, Sun Avatar. Epic range. Beautiful, beautiful. And let's move into place. Move into place. Oh my god, these guys are freaking huge, too. They're so thick. Why can I not put them here? All right, I'm going to wait until he untransforms, because that just seems like it's not getting put into place properly. I think. Oh no, I guess he's just thick. He's a thick boy. All right, it's fine, it's fine. All right, now that we're Sun Avatars, we're actually doing some work here. Not bad, not bad. But when we total transform, oh no! Against DDTs right from the get-go too. This is awful. All right, let's get another Super Monkey going. Woo, DDTs still going down, baby. That's not bad at all. I'll take it. I will take it. All right, and then, of course, super ridiculously very well-powered as a round 90. Oh, another transformation right in the middle of some Zomagurds. And we are still managing to take down even round 94. Beautiful. All right, let's get another Stun Avatar. Get him up as extra range. That ends up being less range than usual. And let's move him into place. Oh, this Dart Monkey kept getting transformed. Oh, I was wondering. So, yeah, I can transform 5 monkeys total. Ooh, 95! Oh, yeah, Sun Avatar time, baby. Shoop da whoop. Ooh, we transform at kind of a bad time there for the end of round 95, but it still does not seem to matter too much. We are still dominated. So, I got to admit, the reason why this is still going okay is because we have copious amounts of money. Without the copious amounts of money that we're able to afford by farming extremely well in the early game, this strategy would likely not be possible. But it shows that even with a sort of really bad total transformation strategy, you still do decently well. So is he really that bad of a tower? I'll leave that up for you guys to decide. For right now, I will just say that I still probably won't use total transformation all that often. Though I think he's unique and fun in kind of a weird and interesting way at the very least. DDTs, ooh, getting tough there at the end. Ooh, this could be the bad part. Well, it is a bad part, but it also could be like a bad part of the bad part. You know what I mean? Because this is the bad section. But I don't want it to be bad about the bad section. Ooh, and there we go. We kill one of the Zomagurds. And we clean them all up. And there you guys go. The worst total transformation strategy in the history of the world. And we still end up winning. Fancy that. If you guys enjoyed, press that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. And of course, have a super duper delicious day.